Und los! Living Room wird präsentiert von Salt.
Mama said stay clear of the devil, so you never played in the road. Always looking on the bright side, so you never see the potholes. You got a house on a hill, big news, that's a big deal. Big part of what your big time friends.
I slept for like 13 hours the other day. I was retarded.
13 hours. If I sleep that long, I get headaches.
Well, if you drink a lot, that helps.
Then you can sleep. You just ordered a coffee with soy milk. Are you vegan or something? Or are you trying
Nah, just like, man, I stopped drinking milk like a long time ago. Cause
Have you intolerance against milk or?
Yeah, when I had my like spleen, my spleen was ruptured on one of my tours a couple years ago, and I started taking this medication and shit, and it made my stomach super weak to dairy, so I just stopped drinking it.
What about chocolate, milk chocolate? Is that still?
Oh, chocolate? Dark chocolate.
But milk chocolate is gone, no more cheese?
I mean, yeah, cheese, like really good cheese I can eat like that, but nothing weak. I mean, really, I try not to fuck with cheap food anyway. It's just bad food. Bad. No good.
So you don't eat junk no more? No more?
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes
say burgers and...
yeah, but, you know, like, I may go to McDonald's, like, once a year.
Only once a year?
Yeah, just to get it off, you know. Just to get it over with.
And otherwise, I see a Yelawolf eating vegetables and greens and stuff, or are you a healthy eater?
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I eat real good.
What do you prefer? What's your favorite dish?
I like good steaks, good seafood, sushi, Thai food. We had a Thai food explosion on the bus last night. Bones fell asleep with Thai curry.
Okay.
On the table, and we hit a bump, and it went everywhere. Thai curry all over the back of the bus.
And now you have a beautiful smell all over the bus.
Yeah, it smells awesome.
Who cleans all this stuff? Do you have someone with you cleaning the bus?
Man, the bus drivers have been super cool. They cleaned it up.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, good for Bones. I was sleeping when all of it happened. But, yeah, the back of the bus was destroyed. But, yeah, no, we eat good, like, especially traveling around and, you know.
You're enjoying it? You're having fun?
People say Europe has bad food, but I think it's got great food.
Who says that? Who are those people?
Everybody says Europe has terrible food. If you didn't know,
that's the biggest lie on earth. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I
we
think
have the Italians on our
if you come over here and yeah, that's true. But if you come over here, maybe they're talking about London and.
Yeah, England is quite horrible. I'm sorry, British people, but it's quite horrible.
Yeah, but there's good like the Asian food up there is super, super good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I eat good.
Did you have a good Swiss meal yet? Now that you're here in Switzerland?
What is that? What's a Swiss meal?
Come on, we're famous for cheese. Have you tried, for example, raclette or fondue?
Swiss cheese.
Yeah, we're famous for that.
The fondue? You do the chocolate fondues and shit?
We do it with the cheese. The chocolate fondue is a cheap copy of the cheese fondue.
I'm a big fan of cheese. I like stinky cheese sometimes. That's good. Like the really strong cheese. You know, that's good.
Then you should definitely have a fondue. And it's fun, you know. You sit around with your friends and you dip a piece of bread or potato into the cheese.
Okay. I've done chocolate fondue when I was a kid at the house, you know, like random.
It's not comparable.
Well, chocolate's good, though.
I love chocolate. Don't tell me about it.
Chocolate fondues are the shit. I couldn't see just sitting there with a gang of bread just dipping it in cheese.
It's fun, trust me. And it's really good.
Cheese party.
Yep, you would definitely enjoy it. So please try that, and maybe we'll find out about that.
Is that the only thing? Is that fondue is the local thing? Really?
It's not a local thing in terms of Zurich, but it's a local thing in terms of Switzerland, yeah.
Cool.
Now it becomes colder and everybody gets on the table with their families and eat fondue. We had fondue yesterday.
Oh, cool.
With our team, so it's
Nice.
quite good. Or alternatively, you can try raclette, which is you have a little plate, kind of, and you can heat it up yourself and you put some cheese. You can put bacon, onions, whatever you desire, and put some good pepper on it. It would be awesome. Well, we keep talking about food all the time.
Yeah, that's like the first time I ever had a conversation about food in an interview. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we can do it whatever. Like, was there ever a topic you felt like, why don't we never talk about that stuff? It's always about probably promoting the album and always about your personal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I love these topics too, but was there ever a topic that crossed your minds like, I would really like to talk about that?
Yeah, it's always after the fact you'll think about something you could have said or whatever, but I just kind of go with the flow,
Yeah.
The people doing interviews, they tend to be boring, and I'm pretty honest. So if it's going a weird place or if it's getting boring or whatever, I kind of close down anyway. So, I don't really. I don't know, man. I don't really go back and watch interviews, and I kind of really don't think about it until after the fact about something I could have said or should have said, and then it's just like, oh, whatever. I never really go back.
You just do it and.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. The past 5 years, man, that I had to have done at least 1,000 interviews. It seems like,
And you have never rewatched one of those, or felt like.
No, I never watched an interview, never read an interview, never. I never watched. I don't like watching television programs with my music in it or nothing like that.
Are you scared of watching yourself on scran? Because
no, I'm not. Well, I'm not afraid of seeing myself on screen, but I am afraid of judging myself, and it'll just sit with me forever. I'm tough on myself, So I just don't like. Yeah, I'm just like most people. I don't really like hearing myself talk.
Okay.
Like most people don't,
So here's your coffee with soy.
Huh? You would think I love hearing myself talk because I'm a fucking rapper, but I really don't like.
You're not like Kanye West jamming to your own music.
No, I do listen to my own. Music, yeah, I'm super in on that. I'm actually, when it comes to the music, I'm super, super selfish. Like to a fault. Like I'm very I don't know what's going on outside. When I'm zoned in on love story, it took me probably 2 years out of current events, from other artists who are out, and or I'd see a cover of a magazine, like, who is this dude? Oh, that's whoever. Yeah, he's blowing up. I'm like, oh, okay, even news or things that are happening in the world, because you just kind of close off. And I'm trying to actually now to split the difference and try to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on. Pick up a newspaper and you watch TV a little bit just so I can keep up.
You heard about the iPhones and stuff that came out in the meantime while you were away for 2 years? I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a legit question. I was actually sitting there thinking, I think so.
So, oh my God, there's a thing called internet.
Well, I did, social media, I mean, even that is just I'm just, whatever. I'm just selfish when it comes. I'm just I put a post up and then I forget about it, Sometimes I'll scroll through and like people's posts, but it's rare that I'll really go through and do all that. So yeah, pretty focused. Now I'm moving into the next album, Trial by Fire, and I'm pretty zoned in on that.
I mean, I realized on this album that you have so many tracks within one album. You release it and you're already on the next one. It seems like you have a lot of things to share with people.
Well, Well, the reason I'm so quick to move into the next album is because I'm just really, really inspired right now. Because, well, the Love Story was kind of like I finally got to do what I wanted to do fully, you know, with, I mean, I can say that this album is the first release from a label that I was really, really supported to do exactly what I wanted to do, and there was really no questions at all, you know, so I'm really, really proud of it. And it was scary coming out with it, but when it dropped and I saw the connection, because there's a few records on Love Story that I brought back that are almost 7 years old, you know. Some of the songs, 3 of them, are from sessions that I did 2 years before Trump Music. One of those is Have a Great Flight. So I was like...
It's a very touching song.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, well, that song was recorded a really long time ago, and so
That was
it's like,
dedicated.
man, I want to, you know, I want to bring this back. I want to, you know, bring these ideas back and shit. So when people connected with it, I just got excited because that's what I, you know, love doing the most. And I had gotten my team together. All the pieces of the puzzle were starting to come together. So yeah, I just wanted to get into the next album while I had everything working. You know, I got the studio the way I like it, and the musicians that I like, and the engineer that I like, and
You complained about the engineers in another interview, which I found so interesting. I mean,
they're
you
the
create
worst.
music, not your personal one, but it's so interesting. You create something, and then people mess up your stuff. Like, don't you get really, really angry about that stuff?
yeah, some people get hurt, like physically, you know, like not by me, like I haven't done it yet, but engineers, like, yeah, you know, in the you know, in the rap world and like the hip hop world, I'm sure in other genres too, but I know some rough cats off the streets who have been in the studio recording and an engineer blow a take and they just lose their shit, you know. And yeah, I mean, it sucks, but you know, that's the rap, the verses, recording verses, that's a whole nother thing. But you know, now really, really starting to appreciate, you know, recording with real analog gear. And so it just takes a certain kind of engineer to know how to get that into the...
They have to get what you would like to have as a product.
Yeah, they just got to understand. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
takes... I've got him now. His name's
Yeah.
Leland, and he's like the missing piece, you know.
In the
They're
puzzle.
so important. I mean, honestly. They're another instrument. They're pretty much part of the band. When you get them, you know, get the ones that you like, you know, you roll with them, you know, forever.
And as a rap artist, of course, the lyrics are very important. And the strange thing is, I don't know you, but after listening to the album, I really went through the whole lyrics with every single song. It felt like, I know you, I know who you are, because you tell the whole story from your childhood, from your mom, about your relationships, your dad, just everything. And how do you call it in English? You wear your heart on your sleeves? Is that how you said? I really feel like you are so open. How come that you're not scared sharing such intimate information with strangers like me?
Well, I mean, that's just what I do. I mean, it's what we do, I guess, as artists, you know. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I mean, not everyone does that. You know, some artists, other people write their music. Other people write their lyrics and they just perform it, which is fine, you know. There's a place for everything. Just for me personally, that's just how I write, you know. Yeah, it's liberating and it feels great to get it off your chest. It's also the double-edged sword is when the judgment is there or the critics are there. It makes it a little bit harder to digest because it's you did that for what
opening
you were
up,
feeling,
yeah.
you know, whatever it was, you know. It's not everything's that serious. Some songs aren't that serious, you know, like Outer Space is not at all a serious record, you know, and some shit is just fun. And
Talking about
but-
outer space, just quickly, a little excursion. Do you believe in aliens?
yeah,
You do?
yeah, of course. Yeah. You don't?
Why are you so sure about that? I mean, I do
mean-
too, but I don't have an explanation for it.
Why not, you know? I don't know. That's just my character, I guess. I always have, since I was a little boy, you know. Part of like, you know, being at the house when Mom was working, all I really watched was Discovery Channel and Beyond 2000 and shows like that. And, you know, and then when I was like in 13, 14, I started getting into like, you know, ancient Egypt and numerology and all the, you know, I just started exploring, you know, and took it probably too serious around like 18, you know, 19, probably took it way too serious, but yeah, I mean.
What do you mean by
Yeah,
taking it too serious?
Just really overthinking it and, you know, just going through it, you know, teenage shit. You just, you think,
I mean, other
you think
kids
you're
go to
so
parties and you think about aliens, or?
I'd be at the party talking about aliens probably
okay.
at the same time. No, I always partied, but yeah, my true friends have always been nerds though, like really nerdy people. That's the people that I really like to kick it with.
Were you a nerd yourself? I mean, people like to surround themselves with, you know.
Nah, I wasn't, because I was never really like, you know, I always tried to have some kind of fashion sense and, you know, tried to, you know, so I wasn't a nerd to the point where, you know, I didn't care how I dressed or nothing like that, you know, and I sucked at school, so it's like I didn't have that in common with them, but I was I like the conversations with people who don't, you know, think like I do. Like most of my friends, my friends that I hang out with, we don't really ever talk about music, you know. Like it's like we're always talking about something completely off the wall.
For example, aliens.
Yeah, aliens or architecture and.
You're into architecture.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you arrived in
Well,
Zurich?
my dad, from 14 years old, I met a man my mom was with for a while, and we're just best friends. And now my dad is my dad, you know, and he's an architect, and he got me into it. He made me, you know, not made me appreciate it, but just hanging out with him and his friends and watching him do what he does, like Frank Lloyd Wright, he got me into him, and that's where it kind of started. I started just appreciating it. So yeah, no, that architecture out here is crazy. Even the building we're doing the show in, it's just
Dynamo.
yeah, it's all super free out here, you know. Over in Europe in general, they seem to be like super. They'll take chances. They don't take chances like that in the States.
Yeah.
You don't see very quirky, like just off the highway out here, you'll see these crazy structures that are just straight up for visual, you know. They could have just built a wall, but they made it turn and twist and do all these things. Yeah, they're pretty cut and dry in the States most of the time.
That's true. Everything looks a bit similar. Well, my knowledge is from the movies, to be quite honest. I've never been in the States, but that's how I imagine.
It's like it's colonial, you know, and like conservative. You know, we got some buildings that are like now a few that are popping up, but nothing really too extreme.
How do you live? In what kind of building do you live? Do you have a flat? Do you have your own house?
Right now I'm in a loft in Nashville, in East Nashville, and I had like a house like a old crib in Green Hills before that. I've been bouncing around for the past 4 years. I haven't really had a steady place, and hopefully this year I can buy a spot. I'm probably gonna get off in the country though.
Where would you love to live? Out in Nashville, Tennessee, or?
North or south, probably, of Nashville. You know, just outside of the city.
So you can get back and be in your own zone?
Yeah, it's just getting, it's getting a little weird. You know, creepers around the house and shit.
What was the craziest incidents? Were people like just sitting there and watching you through the window and stuff?
Well, no, you can't really see into my window, or they probably would, but you know, fans would just like park outside and just play my music.
That's
like,
strange.
Really.
Oh wow.
And that's happened a couple times, or I'll just, you know, they'll leave like little things around, and you know, it's cool. I mean, that's what I signed up for, but yeah, I think I need a gate.
And a private space.
Yeah, I might need to
I totally understand.
duck off a little bit in the back, somewhere where I can.
Did anything ever happen where you felt like,
Shoot
okay,
somebody.
this went definitely too far? Dear fan, step away.
I mean, I was thinking about something when you said that. What'd you say?
What were you thinking about? Never mind.
No, I was just. Nothing. I just wanted to. I want to get a place off in the country where I can, you know, light fires and shoot guns and shit. That's what I was thinking.
So that's your dream now? You're planning what you want to do?
I mean, I grew up doing that. It's just, I just want to get. I want to be able to ride 4-wheelers and, you know, and get dirty, like put on boots and, you know, whatever. Just go fucking, go light a bonfire and drink beer and shoot guns and just be American.
Would you call yourself a patriot?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love my country, you know, still American, you know, the culture brand, I guess you could call it, that I started. Yeah, I'm definitely a patriot. I just represent, you know, the darker side of it.
It's not so dark. I just feel it's very personal how you represent it. Well, the only dark thing I see right now is your clothing.
Well, yeah, I definitely represent, you know, the darker side of it. You know, most things that we do or I grew up doing were illegal. You know, illegal graffiti, illegal skateboarding, illegal drug use, illegally driving, illegally talking, spitting, fucking.
Everything was illegal you did.
Getting suspended from school, just rebel, being, you know, that's just, my mom illegally growing marijuana, just, it's not so welcome, you know, in the mainstream of the States, but it's still awesome.
So you keep being illegal.
Yeah, live illegal. You always got to do something illegal.
Oh, what's your current thing? I mean, I don't want you to get caught up, but...
I'm not.
I'm not
going to tell you.
Of course you're not.
I don't really do anything that's like...
But do you still do drugs, for example?
Serious crime, huh?
Huh?
I don't commit any serious crimes, you know.
You don't?
Whatever.
That's good.
But I'm an advocate for people smoking weed and, you know, having fun.
Is that your
breaking
only weakness?
curfews and shit, huh?
Is smoking weed your only weakness?
I don't even smoke weed. That people...
Oh, what did you mention?
People offer me weed. Maybe I shouldn't even say that because people give me weed and it's awesome, and then I give it to my friends who do smoke weed.
Oh, you just pass it on.
Yeah. So keep bringing the weed. It's all good. It does get smoked.
But not by you.
DJ Clever loves it. Newport loves it. Ounce loves it. I mean, I love the smell of it. I grew up smoking it. You know, I used to smoke weed constantly. I started when I was really young. I started smoking weed when I was like 13.
Wow, that's really young.
All right, I was 12, but
That's even younger.
I may have tried it when I was 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's
But
serious.
I started to really make a habit was like 13 and then 14 fully. And so up until I was like 19, it was every single day, you know, because it was at the house and it was just everywhere.
Of course you were.
So I was just over it. Started, you know, doing all kinds of shit, you know. So anyway, I love the smell of it though, and so yeah.
I had an interesting conversation the other day with Ryan Leslie, and he himself never takes drugs, but he said he understands if other artists do drugs to be creative. What do you think about that? You know, he feels like there are certain substances you can take to be even more creative, to, you know, to get to another level.
I don't know, man. Tyler, the Creator, I heard he doesn't do any drugs.
Mm-hmm. And he's creative.
He's one of the most creative people I've seen, you know. So I don't think you need drugs at all. Obviously, you don't need drugs to be creative. I think that it's like, if you do drugs and you use them, like, it can like get you into a zone, you know. If you smoke weed and that's what you do, yeah, it can take you places and shit, you know. But I don't think you need it. It's just kind of like that's a mental game. Travis Barker's sober, super sober, and monster. Marshall Mathers, sober, insanely creative. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's just like you just figure it out, you know. I still drink, you know, but I can't drink while I'm writing in the studio. I can't drink and record and.
So you need to have your head clear when you work.
I'm always sober when I'm working. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drink after, celebrate.
So you still like partying, of course.
Yeah. I love partying.